What's up? This is John W. Snyder. Another episode of Release Rotation. Here we go. Let's just get right into it. Where should we start? Obviously, it's going to be the NBA. Oh, and if you did listen last week, I am over my strep throat. So thanks for your concerns, if you were concerned. And if you weren't concerned, well, that's okay. But I'm good now, so thank you, though. Here we go. NBA. Not much is happening, right? We have some Game 7s coming up. We have some Game 6s. The Milwaukee Bucks are going to win it all. It's my prediction. You heard it here. I know there's a lot of basketball left. I know that we have the Western Conference with the Rockets and the Warriors, and we have Portland and Denver. And on the East, we got the Bucks, 76ers, and Raptors still. But I'm just throwing that out there now that on May 9th, I'm letting you know that my pick is the Milwaukee Bucks. Why not? I'm okay with it. Someone new? It's fine. Let's do it. I obviously I really don't want anyone in the West this year. So I'm going to go with the Bucks. Paul George and Russell Westbrook had some fixes done, some maintenance. Paul George on his shoulder, Westbrook on a finger. And I had forgotten about Westbrook's finger, but I remember he did hurt it at one point. But Paul George, we knew he was hurt. And obviously official. He had some surgery. And he'll be back before the season starts. But I think he's going to miss most of camp, if not all of it. At least the start of it for sure. And that's okay. Let's get him better, healed up for next season. Andre Robertson, love for him to feel better, be able to play. So we'll see there. I'm not 100% sure what's going on there, but it's definitely not fun seeing him injured. So hopefully he can be back for the next season because they really need him on defense and offense, but mostly on defense. He's the best defender Oklahoma City has, and they need him. Last night, Kevin Durant had a scare. He injured his calf. He has a strained calf muscle. At first, the reports, I guess maybe not really the reports, but the assumption was that maybe it was his Achilles. And thankfully it was not, that it's just a strained calf, but he is going to miss the rest of the series with the Rockets. So that changes up things a lot. For one, Klay Thompson and Steph Curry can now get their shots and more of them, which is a lot of fun. If you remember, it's a bummer that Katie's hurt, but I'm also excited to see what Klay and Steph can do without Kevin Durant. Because let's be honest, the Warriors didn't need Kevin Durant as much as Kevin Durant needed the Warriors to win him a championship. So take that for what it is. But it'll be fun to see Steph Curry and Klay Thompson get their shots again. So I'm looking forward to those games for that reason. But I do hope for a speedy recovery for KD. He's fun to watch. He's a great player. The NBA needs him. So hopefully he'll be back soon. And then the last NBA thing I want to talk about is what's going on with the LA Lakers. Like, what is happening? There's so much stuff happening in LA, and I'm here for all of it. I can't stand the Lakers. When I moved out here, Oklahoma City actually didn't have a team, so I became a Clippers fan. Still like the Clippers, obviously, but obviously my team is Oklahoma City, but the Clippers were my team, and especially after they drafted Blake Griffin, and so that was my team. And I just have never liked the Lakers ever. So what's happening there, I'm okay with, because I think it's, for one, it's hilarious, and two, I think people are finally realizing that you can't just get who you want and do what you want because you're the LA Lakers. And I think people are starting to realize that. And that's probably a good thing for Lakers fans and for the Lakers organization. Hopefully there's some changes. I saw that there's going to be protests tomorrow outside of Staples Center. And they're going to protest the Lakers franchise. Oh man, that's the most LA thing ever. At first I thought it was going to be I thought it was an Onion article, but apparently it's not. And apparently Lakers fans are going to protest the franchise. So that's hilarious in so many ways. So many ways. But wow. I'm speechless about that. Other than it's just so funny to me that you're going to protest that. What are you Genie Bus? What are you protesting? Rambus? What's he meddling in? What's he doing? You know, I feel like they thought they were going to get to Tyrone Lue, and that fell through. They offered him 3 years. Oh man, he had all the leverage after Monty Williams went to Phoenix. Ty Lue was their guy, and they offered him 3 years. The dude deserves 5. He won a championship. He's been in the finals. And you go and you offer Ty Lue 3 years? What are you doing as the Lakers organization? Who is it? Is it Pelinka? We know it's not Magic. He's gone. Man. And what about LeBron? I wish I knew what LeBron was thinking right now. What his thoughts were on all of this. If he regrets coming to LA. Man. It'll be interesting to see who they get as coach. I saw earlier they were going to interview Frank Vogel. I mean, he did fine at Indiana, but then he went to the Magic, and we know how that turned out. Not good. So, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I don't know where you turn now and what this offseason is going to look like. I mean, the other thing, too, is at this point, the Clippers are the team in LA at this point. They have all the momentum. They've got an owner who is going to pay money to the office, meaning, general manager, president, basketball operations, everything. He's going to pay to keep those guys happy. He'll do whatever it takes. Ballmer's passionate and has a ton of money, and if you've seen him on the sidelines, he likes watching the Clippers win. They're the team. If you're a free agent, if you're leaving and wanting to go somewhere, and the team in LA you're going to want to go to right now is the Clippers. It's not the Lakers. And that's crazy, because as long as I've lived in California and before, it's been the Lakers. And so Uh, that's the team to go to, I think, especially with all this stuff going on with the Lakers, like not knowing who the coach is, whatever's happening. Man, the Clippers have an amazing coach. They have an amazing owner. They have an awesome team, and they're only going to get better this offseason. They're not going to get worse in this offseason. And I'll say the same thing about the Lakers. I would think they shouldn't get worse this offseason unless they just can't get anybody. Then they might get worse, but I feel like they've got to get a little better. But the Clippers, that's the team. That's the LA team right now. And it could change a few years, who knows, but I don't think anytime soon. I think the Clippers are going to be the LA team to beat. And probably the team that some top 10 players are going to want to play for in the next several years. It's not going to be the Lakers. And so it's just really interesting what's happening there. And I'm excited to see what happens this offseason. There's a lot of free agency that's going to happen. And I think the Clippers are going to get a couple of really good players. The other thing, though, the Clippers need is they need to get out of that Lakers shadow. They need a stadium and arena of their own. That's not Staples Center. I mean, yeah, it's a great venue. The location's great, but just sharing it with the Lakers it's got to be tough. It is tough. And I think that's another huge thing that's going to happen is the Clippers are going to end up with their own arena somewhere. And so we'll see. We'll be right back after this quick break. And we're back. Being in the moment. That's something that I'm currently working on and something I want to get better at is being in the moment, not missing things. And I'm working on that, and I'm working on being a better husband, a better dad, a better son, a better friend. And one of the ways to do that is to be in the moment, because that is something that I can definitely say for myself and just for other people that I've seen, is that being in the moment nowadays tends to be really hard for people. Thanks to iPhones and iPads and screens. Let's just call them screens, because it's not just Apple products. It's all of them. Screens are preventing so many people from being in the moment. Just as an example, I was on Instagram, another example of a screen, but I was on Instagram and I don't even remember who it was, but their Instagram story was like 40 separate stories of a concert. And I don't even know who it was or what it was, but this person recorded a lot of video of a concert. And that's another thing you're just missing out on. And not being in the moment. I think in a lot of ways, social media plays a huge part of missing out and not being in the moment, because you're too concerned about getting the right shot or this video because you want people to see it. You want people to think that you have an interesting life. You want people to think that you're doing fun things. And it's funny because there's this, what is it? I guess, I don't even know what it's called, but it's letters. It's FOMO, fear of missing out. And I think it goes both ways. People fear of the fear of missing out is, when you see people doing fun things or whatever it might be, that's why you go to social media, because you don't want to miss out on anything. You go to Twitter because you don't want to miss out on whatever the newest, for me, news is in the NBA. But I think it goes the other way too for people, that they don't want to have the fear of missing out on clicks and likes and comments and all of that. And so I think that fear of missing out goes both ways. And that's going to prevent so many people from being in the moment. And it's just interesting when you get down to it, and you look at how much time you're spending on your phone or a computer or just watching TV. And even if you're watching shows, with someone, you're still may not be in the moment. And maybe you are, I don't know. As you can tell, I'm just spitballing this as I'm going, but that's where I'm at with being in the moment, is putting my phone away, putting it down, putting it in another room. And that's something that I'm trying to get better at. And one thing I've done that I've started is I have an iPhone. So if you have an iPhone or iPad, in your settings, there is something called screen time. And you can set time limits for different apps. And so I've done that with Twitter and Instagram and Facebook. Facebook, I'm on not yet at all, barely. So I set my FaceTime limit to 10 minutes a day. My Instagram, I think, is 25 minutes a day. And my Twitter time is 45 minutes a day. Twitter's where I spend most of my time getting updates and stats and whatever else it might be about sports. It's just the quickest, easiest way for me, because I can follow my favorite sports reporters or writers or bloggers or podcasters on there, and so I can get their tweets a lot quicker than going to ESPN.com or SportsIllustrated.com or something like that. And so I've set up that screen time to do that, and it's awesome. I've noticed my daily average has gone down a ton in the last several days. I started this about a week ago. And so it's just something for me that I wanted to do. You can go cold turkey. I've also deleted a lot of apps off my phone that I don't need, or, I can do it a different way. It's just, for example, Facebook or Twitter. You could delete them off your phone, and then if you have a computer at home, then at home at night, you could run through Twitter, Facebook, whatever really quick. But for me, that just didn't work. I know some people have done that. But for me, using the screen time setting on my iPhone has definitely kept me in check, because I know I'm allotted a certain amount of minutes. And so it's funny, during the day, I'm not on there as much as I used to be, because I like to get on at night when I'm falling asleep and read through stuff. And so that's basically when I save all my Twitter minutes, if you will, is for bedtime. After the family's gone to sleep, I'm always the last one to go to sleep. And so it's usually because I'm up watching sports, like right now. Watching Portland try to even up the series with Denver. And so that's really what I wanted to hit on, was just being in the moment. And whatever it is that's preventing you from being in the moment, then I highly recommend having someone keep you in check, or an app or a setting like screen time to keep you in check so you can be in the moment. And, I'd love to talk to you about it if you know me, or if I work with you or whatever and you listen to this podcast. There's just something about being in the moment, but there's also the other side of the fear of missing out. And so which one is going to trump the other, right? Is the fear of missing out going to trump being in the moment, or is being in the moment going to trump the fear of missing out? And that's a question you're going to have to ask yourself. And there's a lot of ways you can remedy that. And I just suggest trying to figure out what it is that's preventing you from being in the moment. This was another episode of Release Rotation. Thanks for listening. Have a good night.